Emma and her other children got to be a part of the Hub beta testing, and they had a great opportunity to be involved in that for the time period that was being developed. And so they had a lot of input, and I'm so thankful for that. There were other families that were a part of it as well, but we just thought we would come and tell you a little bit more about the Hub and how much fun it can be and what the students may be seeing. Right, Abby? Tell us about some of the experiences you've had.
So we've actually used the online video courses for, oh gosh, probably 7 years now. And so we started on the DLO website, and we used that, and Emma actually used that through 5th grade. So she did get really good at using the old DLO site. She even got to the point where she was taking tests online and everything. And then we got to be a part of the beta test for the new one. So she has a lot of input in our family because she's very vocal about what she likes, what she doesn't like. She's not afraid to tell us the good or the bad. She doesn't just accept things as they are, which is great when you're trying to make a product better. So right. I asked her if she had any thoughts on the Hub for students, and she said yes. So here we are.
That's awesome. Emma, what grade are you in?
I'm going into 8th.
Going into 8th grade. Wow. And so you have had a lot of experience just using the product, right?
Yes.
All right. Well, tell us what you like best about the Hub.
I like that you can access your lesson from more than one place. So from the calendar, you can get to it by clicking the video and getting to your video and your work text and lesson notes. And you can do it from the dashboard as well. If you click an arrow, it'll show you everything instead of bringing you to the actual thing.
Awesome, awesome. Is that pretty easy? And what do you think is the easiest?
It's easier than just having one place, because then if you hit the wrong button on the space bar, you have to go back and you have to get to that point again.
On the old site.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead, Abby. Go ahead.
About the, like, all the check boxes and going right into your video, and then you have what for your notes?
For the notes, you can hit notes and pause your video, type in the notes, and it'll save the time for the video and which video it is and your notes. And then you can print them out and put them into a book. And if you want to rewatch like what that exactly looks like on paper, you can go back to the video and watch them.
Because it timestamps the video for her. So for her studying, it's not just what notes she remembers to take. She can also like note the video itself and rewatch portions that she felt were important. So that's really helped her a lot this year.
That's pretty cool. And I can see that helping, especially middle school and high school, being able to go back. And it's really a good tool for helping them learn how to study.
Yes.
Too. It's a study skill that's really important. So that's really cool. What do you find the easiest about the Hub? Is there anything in particular?
Rescheduling on the calendar.
Yeah, rescheduling on the calendar is pretty easy.
Well, tell us about that.
So my mom can pretty much take a lesson, and if like we got sick that day, she can move it to another day so it doesn't show up as late, and then our year looks late. We can just move all the lessons over, and it's on the day that we wanted it to be.
Yeah, so we don't have to play catch up. It doesn't stress us out. I can just shift the whole day off, or just a couple lessons, or we can double up. The functions on the calendar are amazing.
That's got to make it easier. I mean, I'm thinking about, when I homeschooled in the, back in the day, and I had to use the writing in the calendar type of thing. It's got to make it easier and less time in your planning, doesn't it?
Absolutely, because I can also put things in there so I can customize the daily lesson. So if I want her to read an extra chapter, I can just add that in there, and she sees that without, if I get caught up in doing something else with the other kids, she still knows, and I didn't forget and be like, oh, I wanted you to do that. I can put it in the calendar.
And you don't, I'm assuming, Emma, you don't have to wait on her as long anymore to fix something or take care of something. I know my kids used to complain about that. Is that better?
Definitely.
All right. So tell us about the tests. How is that easier or better?
So the old site, you would have to go down further and the print would be smaller. The hub I like better because the print is larger and in the old site, all of the questions would be lined up. So you could see the next question while you were still solving it, and you automatically, I read anything in front of me. So I would read the first one and then the second one and get confused. This one, it gives you one question at a time, and then you would have to hit a button to go to the next one. And I like that because I'm not mixing up two questions.
It's definitely helped her with focus. She can focus on one at a time, and there's a progress bar at the top that says you have this many questions left, rather than seeing a giant page to scroll down. So
right. Well, tell me about those progress bars and all of those graphs and stuff that you see. How do you use those as a student?
So the progress bar up top I like because I like seeing how far I've gotten in something. So at the beginning it says 0 out of 0 questions completed, or 0 out of 10 questions completed, and then the next question 1 out of 10, and it shows it on the bar. So it's equally divided up, and I like seeing that.
And then what about your course progress with the percentage?
So the course progress, it has a percentage ring. So if there's 4 check boxes for the day, and I click on 2, they'll check off and it'll say 50% done. And then when I check off the last 2, it'll be 100%. And I just like seeing that because I like to know how far I've gotten.
And it also tracks her progress through the entire course as well, so she can see how much of a percentage of the course. So for my kids, that's really motivating, that they're like, oh my word, I'm 75% of the way done with this whole course.
Right. So. And you can see your grades too, can't you?
You can see your grades by going into Gradebook and then clicking View My Gradebook. It'll show you the chart for that and your test and quiz average, and then you scroll down and it'll show you this is the chapter and which quiz it is, and then it'll show you hey, you got 88%, you got a B. Next one, you got 100%, it's an A.
Awesome. But Abby, talking about that, there are some people out there that it would stress them out to see that information. Can you turn that off as mom?
You can. There's a setting on the hub that if you don't want them to see their grades, you can take that away and they don't need to see how they did. Just you would see it as the mom. But she likes to see her grades. It does not actually impede her progress and smart her out. It just motivates her to work harder if she sees a bad grade.
Right. So you can adjust according to your child then.
Yeah.
Emma and Abby, I'm not sure who to ask this question to, but can you change the dashboard around just a little bit? I know there's all kinds of stuff on that dashboard. Can you move it around, Emma?
I can't move it. I have history up here, science here. I can't switch the two. But
I can switch it for her, but she hasn't actually played around with the dashboard as much. So I don't actually know. Have you checked out the widgets? I just kind of add them to her page.
So you help her with that as mom.
Okay. I just put them there for her. So what I need her to see, I don't actually, I think she has a materials list so she can see what's upcoming for the week. So she can do a search and everything, see what she needs to have for the week. But I don't have that for my younger kids because they don't need to see that. I'm providing that for them. Right. So again, the dashboard is super customizable with that, because if you don't have a need for my first grader to see materials list, don't clutter it up. So I removed it, and all she has is her classes.
Just what she needs. Just what she. And then there's what about courses that she does outside? Because I know she sings. Oh, yeah. So I know she's musical. So talk about that.
The mom can take a course, assign a course. So I also had FCS. So every day I'd have a voice lesson. It would have a voice lesson in purple, and then I can go on to that and check it off. And then next day I have FCS. I can hit that and check it off too.
And the way so that's a custom course. And I added For her FCS, she was going and being a mother's helper and learning how to babysit and all that kind of stuff.
Tell us what FCS is. Is that like
Oh.
a co-op? Or?
Family Consumer Sciences.
Oh, okay. I knew that.
So that's what she was doing for FCS this year. And what I would do, rather than preset the course, what I would do is after she would come home, she would tell me what she covered that day with the person she was helping, and I would add the assignment to just so I was tracking what she was doing. So the day that she learned how to occupy 3 kids at once while mom was on the phone and keep them away from mom, we wrote in the strategies she used just so we could keep track of like what all she was actually learning through the year. So that's one way you can customize the custom courses.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm a little jealous because I didn't get to use it. I get to see it. I get to teach about it, but I don't get to use it. So maybe one day with the grandkids. That's it. Emma, tell us what you like. What's fun about the Hub? What can you do that makes it even more fun?
So you can customize your own colors and picture and font size. So my 2 favorites for the colors are, there's a turquoise color that I usually have, where the words are a turquoisey color and the sidebar is the turquoisey color and everything else is white. And the other one I like is the dark setting, where everything is black and then the words and your picture frame are neon purple.
Wow, I hadn't seen that. I'm going to have to go play now. That's awesome. What else were you going to say? You were going to say something else, Emma.
And the pictures you can set as like a downloaded picture you have, or yourself, or your dog, or literally anything you want.
That's pretty cool. Well, what else can you tell us, Abbie, about the Hub and the experiences your children have had with the Hub?
So overall, it's been a really great experience. One of the things that we really like is the flexibility it's given us, like I said, about the calendar and just changing it up that way. But for them, it's an easier user experience. Everything, I can adjust the font size, like Emma said, you can make it bigger. So little readers who are used to a larger font size can get a larger font and they can read it, and it just makes it easier for them to navigate a site, as opposed to like trying to decipher the all on gray. It's more for them. It is an easier user interface overall as far as where to find items. It's easier to get from one item to the next. It's just overall been so helpful. It's cut down on my planning time because of the calendar and because of the ability to function out like on the actual calendar itself as an actual calendar to adjust it. And I haven't had to like erase things or reschedule everything. I can just, it's a few clicks of a button and my whole day can be changed.
That's awesome.
It's great.
And that's got to make it easier on you guys, Emma, you and your siblings. And I imagine it makes it easier when mom asks you to help with the younger ones too, because the interface is just a little bit easier for you to do that if you got to help them with school, right? Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for coming and sharing your experience. I appreciate it so much. And maybe some of the others that are out there, you might want to let your child view this. If they're a little apprehensive of the Hub this year, you can hear what Emma has to say and how she's enjoying it. Maybe that'll help your student be more apt to jump on the Hub and enjoy the experience as well and find out what all it has to offer.